Welcome to Legends in the Making, where we're redefining business success by aligning purpose, people, and profits. I'm your host, Erin Sarles Bowers, entrepreneur, shamanic mentor, and practitioner, and founder of Ignite, Elevate, Ascend Consulting. In each episode, I will be sharing snackable insights that will inspire you to lead with clarity, power, and heart. We'll dive into actionable strategies, real world stories, and metaphysical teachings to help you unlock the infinite potential of your business, your people, and yourself. Are you ready to turn your business into a legend in the making? Let's dive in. And today, I actually am so excited about this question. And what if the key to breakthrough innovation lies in embracing contradictions instead of fighting them? And so when we think of the universe, one thing I love is it's all paradoxical. So everything is a contradiction. And how do we understand the inherent business paradoxes like risk versus stability and control versus flexibility, and how you can use those paradoxes to fuel your dynamic and innovative leadership? So when we think about things are a paradox, it's like what's up is down and what's down is up. When you really think about it, you're like, well, that's kind of true. Um, there's this inverse effect that's always taking effect. And so, when you think about everything is a contradiction of itself. So, when we think of risk versus stability or control versus flexibility, those seem to be the exact opposite. But if you don't have both in harmony, you don't have balance. You actually can't work it. It's, I often think of like the contradictions in what we learn in the Star Wars movie. There's so many metaphysical principles and teachings going on there, but it's really kind of the effects of what Yoda is teaching throughout those movies. And when he talks, the way that he speaks, it's like this contradiction that's actually pointing you back to the truth of what's really going on. So although these are opposites, they're not mutually exclusive. Instead, they coexist. And when balanced, they create an innovative, fertile ground for innovation. So if you can find stability while understanding how to take risks, you can harmonize and master that, you will become an unstoppable force in business. Like, how do you balance all of those out, as well as that you're the master and the creator of your universe? So if you're starting from that point, every action you're going to take is going to have the right reaction, and you're going to be able to balance the risk and stability or the control and flexibility to really maximize your leadership capabilities. So, if you've seen the yin and yang, they're opposing forces, the yin and the yang, that create harmony when they're balanced. So when you go to any extreme and you're not balanced, that's when you start to see the inherent contradiction. That's where you see results that are imbalanced. That's why even one of the things I would actually talk about here is the law of the masculine and feminine polarities. So when we think of, there's a divine masculine energy and there's a divine feminine energy. And I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about an energy. And in order for us to be highly effective as human beings, we have to have our masculine energy, which is more of the doer, and the feminine energy, which is the being, in harmony. So if we go to one extreme and don't have the other one, each one of us possesses both energies. And the goal is to harmonize within ourselves those two polarities to be in perfect balance. So I have right emotion and I have right action. So we have that inherent thing going on all the time. So are we, which seems like a contradiction, but are we constantly looking at how we harmonize ourselves, the paradoxes, the polarities, the opposites, to say, okay, how do I harmonize these? Because if I can bring these into balance, that's where I'm most effective. And so with shamanism, we're working with these energies all the time. And there's a lot of techniques that you can use to harness the paradoxes that exist within the universe to really become the master or the creator of your reality. So, when you're doing a grounding, pardon me, or centering technique, are you thinking about bringing your masculine and feminine energy into harmony with each other? Are you seeking to go, I want to be a risk taker, but I want to be a stable risk taker? How do I harmonize those two energies together, universe, to be a powerhouse or force to be reckoned with? Because I realize the opposites exist, and I don't have to act from one. I can act from both if I can bring them into balance with each other. Doing breath work and visualization work of seeing those energies come into harmony, just like you'd see the yin and the yang balancing each other out. Can you take your inherent contradictions of, like, I'm a control freak, but I need to be an allowance because I actually control nothing. So how do I harmonize those two energies together to really become the powerhouse that I'm supposed to be? Do you use these types of work around where people are at and what are their contradictions, or what are they playing with internally when you start a team meeting? And creating a safe space of, where are people at? What are the contradictions that are going on inside of you? I'm abundant, but I feel lack. Okay, you have to harmonize those two for you to be in a state of receptivity. Not just like, because if you don't understand, like, that there's an opposite to it, there's a contradiction to it, you're never going to be able to truly thrive. You can't override one of the beliefs and think that you're going to harmonize the other one. Well, okay, I don't like risk, so I'll just focus on stability. No, you have to harmonize the two energies together to actually create momentum forward. And so there's so many techniques you can use to look at, like, where you're at. What are the contradictions within me that I'm not even seeing? Where's the paradox that I'm playing with? That really, if I balance it out, could really take me to the next level. And so I work with this all of the time because we're all inherent contradictions of ourselves constantly. So whether that's in my ultra and high-end one-on-one coaching, or whether that's when I'm working with organizations, I'm always working with the paradoxes that exist, and how do you balance the two of them out? How do you harmonize those energies? How do you remove the blocks so that they can harmonize? And you're not going to extremes. You're not thinking one's good and one's bad, but they have to work in conjunction with each other. So you want to learn how to embrace and balance the contradictions so that you can unlock your hidden potential to drive your organization to new heights. But if you're sitting in judgment of yourself, thinking one of these is good and one of these is bad, one is right, one is wrong, right there, you're already in disalignment with the universe. There is no right, wrong, or good or bad. There just isness. There actually is no, there is no such thing. We're assigning it to that. So, like, when I think about all of this, there's such an opportunity to detach your judgment, to let go of any stories, programs that you're running, and really thinking about, okay, How do I bring myself into harmony? How do I have my positive polarity and my negative polarity harmonized? We're essentially in that state, then you become neutral. And in neutrality, you actually are expansive because you don't need to be positively charged. You've come into a place where the universe can flow through you and work out from you. And what a powerful place to be. So I love this topic. I love, love, love this topic. And I'll probably do many more episodes and show on this because people don't realize how we are not working to balance ourselves and that we are creating actually dissonance in ourselves when we don't kind of bring these two together. So think about this. In every contradiction lies an opportunity. So when we embrace both sides, we create synergy that propels us towards breakthrough innovation. So I'd love for you to reflect on one paradox your organization faces. What's one contradiction you believe you could harness for innovation? Share your thoughts in the comments or DM me aligned for personalized insight. Ditch the ordinary, unleash the legendary, embrace the paradox, and ignite your next breakthrough. So thank you for tuning in to Legends in the Making. If today's episode inspired you, be sure to subscribe, rate, and review. And don't forget to share this podcast with other leaders, visionaries, and change makers who are ready to elevate their business, align their purpose, and ignite their own legendary journey. If you're ready to take the next steps, head to our website, Ignite, Elevate, Ascend Consulting, or follow us on social media for more tools, resources, and upcoming events. Till next time, remember, legends aren't born, they are built. Keep leading with purpose, aligning with your vision, and always ignite the legend within you.